What's up YouTube? This is the Whistle Boater channel. My name is Chad. Welcome back to another winter project on Thirsty Whale. This one is another fairly easy one. This idea actually, wasn't my dad's idea, but I do have to thank my dad for suggesting this. This boat does not have sling lift marks on it. So when the boat is launched or hauled out, the operators of the Travelift kind of have to guess as to where to put the slings. So today I'm going to add sling lift lettering, which is right here. I've got 5 of them made, 1 extra. I'm going to put 4 on the boat, 2 on each side. This is outdoor vinyl that my neighbor Ursula made for me, so thank you, Urs, for making those. And I've got marks already measured out. I had a request put out on the Chris Craft Catalina owners group on Facebook for sling lift locations, and those are shown here. 127 inches from the transom forward, and then 119 inches from that mark to the forward sling. So I've got these marked out with some tape, and the first thing I'm going to do is drop a line from that mark and make sure that and plumb it out to make sure that that mark is actually where it should be, for the sling to wrap around the keel and not interfere with the prop shafts, because that's happened a couple of times when the boat gets hauled out. When they guess where to put the slings, they do a pretty good job, but a couple times they have had to put it back down in the water because the slings were just a little bit too far aft and were contacting the prop shaft. So I'll show you where my marks are, and then we'll get a line tied up to the lifeline to plumb it, and we'll check it to see where that mark actually is at the bottom of the boat. Okay, so there's my first tape mark. That's 127 inches forward from the transom, and then coming forward here, 119 inches from that. I've got another mark right there. So we'll tie off some lines, drop those down, and see where they end up. All right, I'm gonna use this line here, and we'll drop it down right over that mark. And because the boats are in so tight here, I'm gonna snake it down between the side of my gunnel and the gunnel of the boat next to me, which is literally my boat overlaps. I can't quite see how far down the line is. Okay, it's right at the floor. So this is not going to be pretty, but I just need to make sure that line doesn't slip. So we'll just tie around. Like that. Okay. All right, that one's set. I'll get another line for this rear mark. I don't have any place to put the camera for this one, but I'll get it tied up and show you where it's at. Okay, there's that line tied off right over the blue mark, and the line goes down to the floor. So we'll go downstairs and see how well these line up. Okay, got my line down plumb, and that one is probably okay. It's kind of hard to see where they would have lifted it before, since they pressure wash everything. I'm guessing it probably was right about there is where the sling would have come across, but that measurement I think is pretty good. This one back here, that's at 127 inches forward from the transom. And what I don't like about this is that puts the sling forward of where the keel makes the transition, that point right there. And I'd like the slings to be kind of right about in line with where the stand is, because that will keep it off of the prop shafts, but it'll also be on the back side of that point, which is where whenever they lift the boat and it's way too far aft, they always bring it forward to just in front of the point of the lowest point of the keel there. So I think I'm gonna move the tape mark back about 18-20 inches and recheck it. All right, got the line replumbed here. Actually, I think that's just a little bit too far back. So I'm gonna make one more adjustment, maybe about 6 inches forward, and I think we'll have it. All right, move the line one more time. Ow. And I think we're good. Sling's gonna go just right in front of the tip of the keel there, and it will come up to the chine, and the sling will miss the prop shafts. So I'm good with that mark. I will change it on the starboard side as well, and then we'll get the sling lift lettering put on, and I'll feel much safer about putting the boat in and hauling it out. All right, starting with the one that I think we'll be able to see the easiest. Peel our letters off the paper. The lifelines here, it's very difficult to access the sticker. This is my makeshift spreader thing, whatever you call those, because I forgot it at home. So, a Rubbermaid lid. That's what I'm using. Sorry about the background noise, the heater's on in the building. Slowly peel our contact paper away. All right, here's a little better view of it. The T is not sticking for some reason. I'm gonna have to replace that. Since I have an extra, I'll just replace the T, but yeah, there we go. Just need to do that 3 more times. All right, sling lift marks are done. There's the, I'm sorry I can't get a better angle. I mean, this boat is just right next to me, so got the port side rear put on. I had a couple of issues with letters coming off, but since I had that extra one, I was able to finish it out. So hopefully these stick, but I can always have more made if I need to. There's port side forward. Starboard side forward. Looks good. And this one you're barely going to be able to see because this boat is just as close as the other one. But there is starboard side rear. So sling lift locations are now complete. So I did modify the measurements just a little bit from what was provided through the Facebook group. I don't know if those were official Chris Craft numbers or not, but I want to make sure that, as I showed you, I wanted to make sure the rear sling was aft of the keel, the lowest point of the keel. So I'm happy with those locations, and thanks for watching this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time on the West Coast Boater channel. Happy boating, everybody.